Take it.
Get it! Go fast, go fast, go fast, go fast. Go fast, no! Why, bro?
I say everybody gon' score now when they out with me. Everybody takes one on the chin. You gotta learn to lose if you're down. Oh, you're down the way they want to go, so we gon' do what they gon' do it again. Everybody gon' score now when they out with it. Everybody takes one on the chin. You gotta learn to lose if you're down. Oh, you're down the way they want to go, so we gon' do what they gon' do it again.
I would rather roll my L's, keep pushing. I don't even like my seats with seat cushions. Now watch me rock them to sleep. They in too deep, they can't control their arms. I keep pushing. I've been here before, I ain't breaking in. I left something in the stove like Baker's Man. Keep the heat in your house, keep that door shut. Close it quick like your mouth. I don't wanna get fined, so I give it my all. I build the utmost trust, just give me the ball. Don't snatch it out my hands and still give me the fall. Switch that to last and ain't give me the call. See you playing with me, but I got no strings, so you got no pull. So I'm all off script like Benny the Bull. I'ma break the machine. Who's raging with me? Life in your face, got the whole crowd swaying with me.
Everybody gon' score now when they out with me. Everybody takes one on the chin. You gotta learn to lose if you're down. Oh, you're down the way they want to go, so we gon' do what they gon' do it again. Everybody gon' score now when they out with it. Everybody takes one on the chin. You gotta learn to lose if you're down. Oh, you're down the way they want to go, so we gon' do what they gon' do it again.
On this episode of No Glove Sports.
I feel like he should have 15-game suspension. So when this shit, because let me tell you something. If I'm your teammate and then you come here and slap me or sucker punch me, you know it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be on site every time I see your ass. How about that? Like Cardi B said, it's gonna be beef forever. Forever. How about that?
Now we're going to transition into our primary topic.
Yes, I'm been waiting for this one.
So let's get into it. We're talking about the spicy topic of the week. We got pretty grandbabies, okay? And what we're doing here is we're gonna have a very open and candid discussion about some sports topics, and this week's topic is the incident between Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. We're gonna go ahead and play this clip so our people can see exactly what it is that we're talking about.
So a video got leaked, from the NBA, a practice in Oakland, the Golden State Warriors, Draymond Green from TMZ showing that he sucker punched his teammate Jordan Poole. So he walked up on Jordan and Jordan pushed him, and then he walked up on him again and sucker punched him.
So this is what we're gonna do.
TMZ released video of the Draymond Green and Jordan Poole altercation. As you can see, here's Draymond. Then here's Poole down by the baseline. It's hard to see their mouths moving, but body language is clearly telling me that words are being exchanged between the two. Now Draymond walks up on him and Poole shoves him. Then Green hits him straight in the jaw. There's no way Poole was expecting that. Fisticuffs happen in practice all the time without it escalating to fists. Either way, someone from the Warriors organization got fired, but got a nice paycheck from TMZ and really don't like Draymond Green because they know that there's going to be a hefty suspension coming out now that video has been released.
Okay. So, Chef is back. Okay. This is my brother, Chef Shapino. Y'all check him out on his page by that same name. This is Just Andrea, Miss Andrea Lynch. Please check her out on Just Andrea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am your boy, Victor Freeze. And you already rocking with us right here on Victor Freeze Music.
Now, Word on the street is he got 1 game suspension. Word on the street is Draymond Green is wants a max contract, and Golden State might not get him a max contract because they got to sign Andrew Wiggins and Jordan Poole. And Draymond Green is getting older. He's about like 35. His production has went down. So I felt like, as the elder Draymond Green, I thought he was being a bully to Jordan, and I thought that it was distasteful for me. I feel like he should get at least about 15 games suspension. How about that? And you don't want the what happened in the Palace to happen in the NBA game. I don't care if it's with the players or with the fans.
Now, our sister Andrea eloquently gave y'all a background or a breakdown of what happened and what she feels that should happen as a result of. I don't think he's been punished yet as far as an official punishment.
He got 1 game. They gave him 1 game.
Who gave him 1 game? The organization?
The organization did.
We'll get to the bottom of exactly what is all, because I'm sure there was a healthy fine to go with it. So we'll get to the bottom of all of that. But I think what you're saying, Andre, is that you think there should have been a much steeper penalty for what he did. And my question is, in sports in general, fights happen all the time. In professional sports, lots of fights happen. They just don't make the news or TMZ. So it was just showing just the other week, Aaron Donald, you know what I mean? Only reason it made the news is because he smacked another player in the head with his helmet. Had he not been using the helmet, it would have never made the news. So, I mean, I guess maybe it's more expected in football, but fights happen all the time. I mean,
Yes.
you can't go play a game of pickup in the playground without a fight happening in basketball. So what are we expecting?
This same situation happened to the Golden State Warriors coach, because on the 30 for 30, no, the Michael Jordan one, Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face and had a black eye, but there were no cameras around. Okay, so but the difference is TMC got this, it's cameras around, and we seen how Draymond Green sucker punched Jordan Poole.
Okay, so wait, stop there.
Okay,
and I'm gonna write this down because I don't want us to get lost, but I do want to discuss it all, because there's more than one piece to this. So what I'm trying to do is just get an outline of what we're going to talk about, and then we'll go into each position. So you said that it's happened before.
mm-hmm.
You said that TMZ has the tape.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But no. And then you also said that he was sucker punched.
Yes, he was.
Okay. So there's multiple things that we could talk about, but I think this would be a good starting point. Let's just start with Steve Kerr. Now, elaborate on what you were saying about why you think he wouldn't take it that serious.
I personally believe Steve Kerr is a little lackadaisical because this same situation happened to him back in the day when he was Michael Jordan's teammate, and it was almost, to me, acceptable. Okay, because Jordan's a little difficult at time. I'll put it that way. Okay, so
but he fought back.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Right. So then, why would you think he's lackadaisical? Somebody pressed him. Somebody bigger than him pressed him, and literally, and the man literally told us he was bullying him.
Hold on, Chef. This show ain't about.
And that's the same person that you think is lackadaisical.
Let me finish.
Corners, corners, ding, 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 corners. Okay.
When I say
hang on. The floor is still yours, Andrea. Hang on.
Okay.
This show isn't about convincing anyone or changing anyone's opinion. It's about getting your opinion on the record, period. And then the crowd will make their decisions of whether you're wrong or right. So,
Mhm.
what is your opinion?
When I said I thought Steve Kerr was a little lackadaisical with it, because I'm thinking that this shit is normal, okay? And so what I'm saying is, yeah, it is a little normal in the NBA, but what I'm saying is Michael Jordan was a bully to his teammates. Draymond Green is a bully to his teammates. And why I say Steve Kerr is a little lackadaisical, because the same shit happened to him. And the only difference is it wasn't no cameras around for everybody to see. And so what I'm saying is, I feel like Draymond Green needs a 15-game suspension at the end of the day. And I feel like Draymond Green wants that max contract, and this is going to cost his ass some money right now. This is going to cost him his money, and he ain't getting that max contract. And he's getting older, and his production is diminished a little bit. And so I feel like he should have 15-game suspension. Because let me tell you something. If I'm your teammate and Vic, you come here and slap me or sucker punch me, you know it's going to be a problem. It's going to be on site every time I see your ass. How about that? Like Carly B said, it's going to be beef forever. Forever. How about that?
Okay. Chef, would you like to enlighten the conversation about how you stand? In particular, about her points about Steve Kerr. And
without question. Without question.
Suspension.
Okay, then I want to make sure I see your face. All right. So one, Steve Kerr. I literally am antithetical to your point. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. He was actually one of the only notable folks to stand up to Jordan, even when Jordan was able to admit it. So you know it was far worse. And it happened. You don't always win. But that doesn't mean that he's going to be lackadaisical. That just that feat alone, being willing to fight the dragon that everyone feared, that alone, that giving him that winning instinct to understand how to work with that individual in order to win. Nah, I don't see Steve Kerr like that. I really, really don't. Lackadaisical, nah, you can't give him that. I don't think that's fair. Just because he got bullied by a bully and fought back. So that's my take on Steve Kerr.
Okay. So as far as Steve Kerr is concerned, I don't know that Steve Kerr is even in a position to be handing out fines or punishments. Now, he may be in a position to recommend, what he thinks, but I don't think that ultimate decision lies on him. And that would be kind of, I wouldn't say a conflict of interest, but it would be putting your coach in a tough situation if he had to be the one to also administer the punishment. Because then people may say that his punishments are biased or so on and so forth. So I don't know that he's completely responsible for that. However, let's just assume that he was. It's my opinion that people who are affected by things are more vigilant about those things that affect them directly. So Christopher Reed didn't give a shit about stem cell research till he fell off the horse. Michael J. Fox wasn't making no commercials about multiple sclerosis until his ass got it. And so on and so forth. Because, people are concerned with the things that concern them. And which is understandable. It's like human nature. So I would think that if he was going to lean away, he would be more vigilant about, since he was the victim of a quote unquote sucker punch or whatever the case may have been in practice, that he wouldn't want that to persist or happen to other people, so that he would, when presented with the power to make a difference or make a recommendation, that he would probably suggest a more stringent or serious repercussion for that because he wouldn't want to see that unless, you know, I don't know. There's some weird like for or glutton for punishment, thinking that old school saying, hey, that's what makes you tough, but I don't think that's his mentality. So just for that, as far as the 15 games, my questions is this, right? What's the difference between one game and 15 games?
I want Draymond Green to. This your teammate. This is somebody you want to champion with. Did you have any concerns? Like, beat the other teams up, not your teammate. And you being a bully anyway. It pisses me off.
He's a bully.
Yes.
To his own teammates.
You already cost Golden State a championship already when you get suspended for LeBron James. So you're going to beat up your teammate. You want that max contract. Your problem is you're a little salty. You want that max contract. Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins going to get the max contract. Golden State is
Draymond Green isn't getting the max contract. Everybody knows that, including Draymond Green.
He wants the max contract. He wants it.
Now, who told you that?
He did.
When he said that?
He said like he wants a max contract. He wants that max contract.
So my question was, what is the difference between one game and 15 games? Because if 15, it's not like they're saying, okay, you lose game checks for not playing in these games. That may be a thing, but I don't know that to be the case. So if you're saying this is a direct monetary penalty because these games are correlated with a specific dollar amount of money, I would think that if that's the case, then the team would want to fine him, whatever that dollar amount is, whether it's millions or hundreds of thousands. They would want to do that and get it out of the way because the ultimate goal of the team is not to punish Draymond, to cut off their nose to spite their face. You understand what I'm saying? Their intent is to win another championship every single year. And if Draymond wasn't important to that process, they would just cut him, release him, send him to another team, whatever the case. He's not getting overpaid as it is. This is not the league administering this punishment. This team. If you say, okay, my oldest son beat up my youngest son, but he holds the house down while I'm at work. Like, how hard can you go on somebody you depend on?
Didn't your mama tell you not to be hitting nobody else when you might not be hitting your brother and sister when he's your teammate?
How hard can you go on someone you depend on that much?
Well, he's your teammate. Did you care about his feelings, his family, his people?
Answer the question. How hard can you go on someone you depend on that much, right or wrong?
Well, I would be sucker punching you, Vic. I'd probably be mad with you, but I ain't gonna come
But if you did, how hard can the person in charge go on you if we depend on, and if you said, Chef, F you, like, okay, well, but we depend on you for whatever this is going on, and Chef's like, hey, what? He gonna say, what? We don't want Andrea on the team no more?
No, it's a sign of disrespectful to me that I'm your teammate and you sucker punch me. It's like you can't talk to me. And what happened to conflict resolution? Ain't we grown people making millions of dollars?
Okay, so I want to send this straight to Chef. Chef, this is your question now. Mm-hmm. Do you believe? Because I keep hearing this term. This is a very interesting term. It's like snitching. It needs to be defined. How do you feel about them saying that he was sucker punched? Do you think it was a sucker punch?
No, it wasn't.
What?
It was not. Slow down. Slow down. Andrea.
Yes.
If I walk up on you and come, and you know how men, we chest bump, some men, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at that. Mm-hmm. And then that's the time. But that's the line in the sand is the chest.
Yes.
Who made the first move? Who? And remember, grabbing, pulling, pushing of a person's phone, anything that's attached to them that they're holding is considered assault. Who committed assault, Andrea?
Well, Jordan did push him.
Who committed assault? So it's just a name. It's Jordan, right?
Jordan. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Jordan pushed him.
Yes.
And what did he do? He retaliated.
Yes, he did.
It's not a sucker punch. A sucker punch is normally what's considered a blindsided punch, which is a punch that comes from a place that's not anywhere within your frontal and peripheral view. Somebody punching you from the back, somebody coming up from nowhere. But if I'm already walking up to you as a threat with a chest bump, at this point, you have to expect anything.
Okay.
That was not a sucker punch. That was a response. And that was a response to a response from his display of dominance. Jordan Poole compared to him as a rookie. Compared to him. Okay. And and you can add some of the ego, pride, and hubris of wanting to be the person that, wants a bit more money, wants to be more respected in terms of his role. And he may be seeing himself at that point in his career where he may have peaked or be somewhere near his peak while he's trying to look for a contract. And all of that stress put him into a situation where he made a display of dominance. Lions do it. The deer with the tusks and all of that do it. The moose do it. The rams do it. There's things that they do to display their dominance. And what he was doing was a display of dominance. I don't know the words that were spoken, but what it looked like was a display of dominance. Because he didn't expect Poole to respond that way. So once he did, he didn't expect Poole to respond that way. So at this point, your display of dominance fell flat on his face. So now, additional ego made you now take it to the next level. But remember, technically, what's the name did it first? Poole did it first.
But
you agree with that first before you tell me the butt part?
Yes, Jordan did push him.
And so he committed the initial assault. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I just wanted to get that in before you use the butt eraser. But go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's still your floor, but I wanna reset the stage. It's Chef's position that Jordan Poole technically initiated the physical nature of that situation, even though he was approached. You know what I mean? He was the first one to lay hands. Now, I agree with Chef in that instance that it's no longer a sucker punch when someone confronts you in that manner and you initiate any form of contact. Anything else is called lacking or slipping. Now, what is your position hearing that? Do you still stand that it was a sucker punch, and if so, why?
I still believe that Jess Jordan did push Draymond Green, but as the elder statement of the NBA, because he been there a couple of years, I feel like, and you should have piped down. You young ones talking that mess, and you a little older. You can conflict resolution, man. I ain't trying to hear what you gotta say. I've been here a little longer than you. You ain't that important, okay? Go on being rookie. I got 3 rings. What you talking about? So I feel like Draymond Green, and I will say this, a sidebar. I feel like that's why Kevin Durant ain't there, because he called him a bitch ass nigga. Okay, so that's one thing too. Why Kevin Durant ain't in Golden State? Okay, because that's what Draymond Green calls that ruckus too. Let's come on and tell the truth, people. Let's tell the truth. He did.
If implicit bias was a person.
So how many niggas you let run you off of your job, paying millions of dollars?
I'm not, but
by calling you names.
Kevin is a little weak-minded and a little sensitive. Okay, sometimes when being raised by their mamas, boys get a little sensitive, raised by their mamas. I'm just being honest, because a real man be like, okay. But Kevin's a little weak, a little sensitive. Everybody know he a little sensitive. But I'm like, Draymond Green been raised by his mama too, so I don't know. His mama had a dog in her, so that's why he was okay to be the dog that he is. It's two different levels. It's just levels to this, okay? But I'm gonna say it again. I still think it should be a 15-game suspension to Draymond Green to set precedents. I want the NBA to set precedent and say this ain't gonna never happen in a practice game. Period.
So you want to stop sports in general?
No, I don't want the bully to act like he can bully the rookies around.
Okay, wait. So now I got a new question.
Mm-hmm.
Is the problem that he punched them, or is the problem that they was on the same team?
The problem is they on the same team. I'm your teammate. We go to war together. How we fighting?
You said you wanted the NBA to step in and set a precedent.
Hell yeah, I want the NBA to set precedent.
And what I'm saying is that if they're setting a precedent, the precedent wouldn't be you can't hit a person on your own team. The precedent would be you can't make physical contact in that way, and it can't be limited to just a punch. So, shit, you slap the shit out of a nigga, that don't count because it was open hand. So yeah. I'm just saying when you set that bar, it's got to be a uniform bar. It can't be just in practice and shit like that.
This is what everybody's missing. What if Draymond Green broke his hand? What if he broke his hand by punching Jordan and he'd be out for 6 months? Anybody think about that? I'm just saying.
So what do you think would happen if he did?
It would be devastating for the Golden State Warriors. They trying to win this fifth. They trying to win this fifth ring. We on a president win this fifth ring, and you messing up the game plan. All the boys are back, healthy, and everything. Klay Thompson back playing again. Steph Curry is healthy. Everybody back healthy. We gonna win this championship again. Our fifth ring. We gonna take LeBron James over.
Okay, so you said that was a selfish move on his behalf.
Yes.
Now the point that you're making, based on saying that Draymond Green is selfish. Now what?
Yes.
So you saying what, they should trade him?
Well, I'm saying I feel like Golden State is gonna give him. He gonna play this fifth season, and I believe next year he will be on a new team. And word on the street is he want to get to LA. Okay, that's word on the street is. He want to get to LA, and he know he had messed up just getting his max contract with Golden State. His production has been down. He's getting older too. He ain't young. He turning 35. Okay. Yeah.
Ain't gonna get no more old niggas. Less more paying none of them niggas no big contracts. Period.
Thank you.
The most we would get is a veteran man. So that LA is off the table. That's not even conversation worthy, because as much as he may want to be there, it's not gonna happen. He may go to the Clippers or somewhere like that, but he ain't going to no Lakers.
Yes.
Now, was it a sucker punch? Nah. A sucker punch is just what Chef said. It insinuates that you didn't see it coming. That you were led to believe that there was no conflict, and then someone initiates conflict out of the blue. So if I walk up to Chef and I won't go to shake his hand, and when he sticks his hand out, I punch him in his face, even though he can see me coming, and he may not expect violence from me because I didn't present myself in which way, which means that it was a sucker punch because I was trying to catch him off guard. In this case, it's already on. Now, if you don't think I got the heart to swing on you, and you trying to walk around and bump shoulders and shit, and then I go ahead and swing on you, that's not a sucker punch.
It's not a sucker punch. He came with aggression. He moved to him with aggression, but then the other dude pushed. And at that point, you're supposed to be ready for anything. You're supposed to be ready to protect yourself at all times. You're supposed to be ready for anything. That was not a sucker punch. He pushed him in the chest and he pushed him back hard. These are not small dudes.
Yes, but not everybody is everybody ain't live in the hood or ain't always ready for war. When sometimes I might be afraid of my child who's 8 years old being grown because he don't understand that. But Quentin understand. Oh, he gotta be ready for war every time. Now my other son don't understand that. It's two different things. It's levels to this.
Question for you.
Yes.
Since you brought him up.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that your son would allow some man to come up in his face like that?
No.
Right.
No.
So, if your son pushed him off the way that Jordan Poole pushed Draymond off, it would have been okay with that, right?
No, because Quentin, no.
That's not what I ask you. What I ask you is if he pushed some dude that ran up on him the same way Draymond ran up on Jordan Poole, if your son pushed the dude off of him because they was chest to chest, would you been okay with that?
No, because I would have told him knock that motherfucker out before he come and be in your damn space. You don't let nobody come in your space that close.
Thank you. So that's the whole point.
Okay.
You get it? He was not on his square. He's not on the square. First of all, you bigger than me. I'm more lanky than you. You know what I'm saying? So if I think that you bigger than me, I'm going to turn into a tiger. And you get what I'm saying? I'm going to turn into a tiger in order to be able to be rough enough to take you down. That wasn't a sucker punch, though, man.
All right, so check me out. I'm gonna play the clip again.
Okay.
This one does not have audio.
Okay.
We don't really need their commentary, but I want to have a second look at what happened, and let's see if we can break this down a little closer. Okay, so if you peep this, right? Now watch Draymond, because okay, I'm gonna run it back real quick. I need you to see this because a lot of those clips start when Draymond is walking up on him. Watch what happens before that.
Okay.
The conversation, bro.
He actually says something before Draymond even walks off. He says something to Draymond. Draymond looks over his shoulder and says something back to him. Then he's over there. He's pulling on his shorts. He's pondering. I know what that is. He like, man, that motherfucker think shit sweet. So he went over there to say something to him. And as you see, he pushed him off like, man, get out of my face, yo. And I'm not even going to lie to you, bro. It was this cat named Adrian. We used to ride the bus together. And, you know what I'm saying? He was a fighter. You know, that's what, you know, he was with the shits. And at the end of the day, Miolan. Okay. And at the end of the day, he showed me something, right? And one of the smoothest moves that because everybody knows swing first, strike fast, strike hard. That's just what it is. You know, if you leave it up to somebody else and you think there may be even the opportunity or possibility of them initiating a physical conflict with you because you have no idea what they're going to do, going to pull out a weapon, hit you with something, do something, headbutt you. You don't have any clue what they're going to do. All you know is what you're going to do. And in that case, you know, the best thing to do is either completely remove yourself or become the aggressor. And what my friend taught me back in the day was it wouldn't really matter how skilled you were. If you don't have your balance, you don't got shit. So the first thing you would do, it was the sweetest move. A little push, to get them on their back foot and follow it with that straight right. Follow it, because if you push them hard, they're gonna be too far for you to connect. But you give them just enough to throw them off balance, and then when they trying to come back, you already following it. And that is prototypical fight starting protocol right there. What he did, and Jordan Poole actually kind of threw him off by pushing him initially. You know what I mean? Because he just came to jaw a little bit and try to punk him out. But when he pushed him, he's like, "Oh, you ready? Okay, let's go." And he already had it in his heart and his mind. He didn't need no convincing. But the fact that Jordan Poole would initiate that with him, because he was already trying to, like, what? Like, you ain't gonna just take this? Oh, now I got to show you. Now I got to show you. And he went ahead and administered that hood conflict. Now, here's the missing portion that I think we may be missing. There's a lot going on surrounding Draymond Green.
Yeah, he just got married. He said he had problems at home. See, I already told. And see, here we go again. A woman is distraction. Okay, he should marry her after this next season. Damn it, this distraction. He said he got problems at home.
Hey, ladies, didn't I tell y'all? I told y'all Andrea wasn't really on y'all side like that. I told y'all that.
I'm just saying, sometimes, you're a little distraction. Maybe he should have married her ass next season, okay? And look, I'm just being honest. Sometimes women can be a distraction, and he ain't focusing. But he living in the house they living in is in LA. I'm pretty sure she don't want to live in Oakland, San Francisco. So that's probably could be a problem going on too in his house. See, sometimes women need to just sit back. Me personally, I'd be on the island while my husband is working. That's how I would be doing it.
Huh? So what I'm getting at when I say Draymond has got a lot going on in his personal life, sure, we all got shit, but I'm speaking of something that men would understand.
Okay.
And it's like, if you've ever been in a situation where you look like the punk, whether you're the punk or not, but you took a more passive position because maybe you had more to lose, whatever the case may have been, you chose not to war at that point. There's something that follows that, which is people's imaginations. So whether it's at your workplace, whatever, people respond to you according to who they think you are or what they think you may do. But if you recall recently, Kendrick Perkins had a back and forth with Draymond Green.
You don't have to act like that, my man. You don't have to go up there. You go from being enforcer to coon. How does that happen?
Hey, Draymond, you good? What's wrong with you? Look, forget the old media, forget the new media. I'ma stand by the old law, right? And the old law says, hey, man, all that disrespect and all that whole shit, calling somebody a coon, man, you got me f***ed up. Ain't nothing a coon about me. Ain't no cooning, ain't none of that. Straight up. And here's the thing, right? We all know, dog. We all know. You all bark and no bite. We know this. The NBA brothers know this. A lot of them that's talking behind you, behind your back with the whispers, they know this. They know you not gonna do nothing. This is proven. This is facts. We know that. So, one, stop with all the tough talk. I don't give a f*** about that. But what you not gonna do is, you not gonna disrespect me and call me no mother coon. And I'ma stand on that. You talk about standing on something, I'm standing on that. That's what I'm not gonna be, especially by you, when we all know you not gonna do nothing. Let me try that wink again. You not gonna do nothing. And we know that. It's proven. We know that. We know you ain't gonna bust a grape in a fruit fight. We know you ain't gonna pour milk on cereal. We know you ain't gonna listen to it go snap, crackle, or pop. We know that.
That's his reputation. It precedes him. He's a talker, but he won't do shit. Now, why do they have that opinion of him? I've never seen anyone punk Draymond Green on the floor.
You must know. Yes, it have. Yes, it have. Yes, it have. The person who pumped Draymond Green, slapped the shit out of him, is named Tristan Thompson.
When did he do that?
It was told that Tristan Thompson slapped the shit out of Draymond Green, and he ain't.
You see how you jumping the gun?
Mm-hmm.
That's like that. Hey, you jumping the gun.
One of the boys.
Did you hear the question that I asked?
Okay.
The question was, when have you ever seen Draymond Green getting pumped on the court? That means something you have access to, not something that is personal amongst players.
You're right. I have it.
That's hearsay. You ain't never seen Draymond get punked, and that's the point I'm making. Okay. You convinced that Draymond got punked, and you ain't even seen it.
Well, the couple of players was talking about.
So what I'm saying is that when you get that rumor mill going around you as a man, every now and then you get random fucking Joes walking around talking about you was a punk that time you got slapped, and they don't even know shit about the situation. They ain't seen shit. They ain't heard. All you heard is some side talk, and now you trying me because you heard a motherfucker did something to me. Sometimes you want to get that jacket off of you. He's like, hey, listen, man, somebody in here, just like say, hey, you go to prison, find the biggest, baddest motherfucker and do something to him so everybody else send a message. And I think sometimes what people do when they want to send a message, they want to make sure that the outcome turns out like they want it to turn out. And they call that free picking. When you pick somebody that you know you can beat, or at least you think so. And I think he picked somebody who he thought it was appropriate that he should be trying to son because, hey, you were coming up under me. I'm your vet. You should be respecting me. Something he could justify. However, someone he knew or felt like he could take if it turned into that. And he wanted to send a message that I'm not always going to be the one jawing. Sometimes I'm going to be the one putting that stamp on it, and everybody else should be on notice. And a lot of times that peanut gallery in the back, all of that commentary that y'all think people don't hear, sometimes they hear it, and it informs our decisions sometimes. Like if I go another time with this happening, then they really gonna feel like I'm the punk. They already thinking I can't back down this time. There was no reason that video should have been out. People fight all the time.
I leaked that video too, so it should be an investigation in the Golden State internal who leaked that damn video. And that person should be fired too.
So which came first, the chicken or the egg? If your ass get locked up because the police searched your car, but it was an illegal search, the shit that they find is inadmissible. So why would the league try to be involved in something they shouldn't even have had privy to?
Well, Golden State did an internal investigation and found out who leaks that video to TMZ. Because not only it looks a stain on the NBA. Because let me tell you something. Why do you think we have a dress code now? Because what happened in the Palace. And Ivan Iverson too. With all his tattoos and cornrows.
Chef, bring some light to this situation.
Which part? Andrea took us down the road. Which part?
Hey, get your cat.
Stop!
You catch your cat loose on me. Tiger mom. As far as should the league be involved? Should his team be trying to punish him? Because I feel about the Udoka shit. Like, hey, bro, it's fucked up, but it's private. So as long as it isn't a criminal violation, blah, blah, blah. So in this case, now, unless you're going to file a police report and say that this man assaulted that man, then you have to go to the tape and say who initiated the conflict. And then in that case, you'd have to, give most of that credit to Jordan Poole.
And you'd have to prove that it wasn't premeditated.
Right.
Because put it to you this way, literally, you'd have some cops that would look at it as mutual combat.
Mutual combat.
Once Draymond swung back. But if they wanted to go, down to the minutia, they could look at Draymond as defending himself and snatch up Poole for being the initial assault. Plain and simple. The mode of assault that he chose, the weapon he chose was open hands pushing to the chest. Somebody else would have probably gone for a little, 1-2 to the switch. Lights out. But, to each his own. But that was not a sucker punch.
Okay, so we've dispelled that this is a sucker punch. We're still in question about Steve Kerr's position on it and whether he has any involvement in the recommendations for punishment. But he did say that it was highly inappropriate. So he's not okay with it. But and we can also agree that TMZ should not have had that tape. Recently,
the Golden State needed the internal investigation and how did that tape get leaked to TMZ? Somebody in that practice field and that practice squad had camera and videotaped that and leaked it to TMZ. Somebody be fired. I'm calling for heads roll. I don't care who it is.
So which one is a bigger problem? The fact that they had a conflict or the fact that it was leaked?
The fact that it was leaked to the outside source. How about that?
They're saying that it was leaked. Do you know who the person was that took that phone? You're saying that person had a camera. Everybody has a camera. Once you have a smartphone, even once you have a flip phone, you have a camera on it. So everybody has a camera. Do you know if that was actually team staff? Normally you go to a team practice, there's a lot more people besides staff. There's extra folks that's there. There's people, there's scouts. There's, all type of shit.
Okay.
So what if it was somebody sent TMZ a video from their phone?
No, you can't stop that. But if it was somebody, if this is somebody on the Golden State's team, I got a problem with that. If it's an outside person who was visiting, I can't do nothing about that. But if this is somebody who works with me, and this is a team, and this is a team in the team organization, we need to do an internal investigation and check this out because we don't want to ever have this happen again.
So that brings me to this point. Let's just assume that it was somebody on the staff. That's neither here nor there. I want to speak to the point about I went to a minor league hockey game when I was younger, right? And there was probably about 6 fights in about 6 minutes. And I'm talking about fight, like let's go outside fight. And they let them fight. When the boys start to get tired, that's when the referees step in. It's like a procedure. They go, nah, we're not stopping them. Let the motherfuckers fight. When they tired, we'll separate them. And then they would go to the penalty box for 2 to 3 minutes and be right back in the damn game.
Okay, I'm recording this. Don't let me down. Talk to him.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ain't no suspensions. It ain't no paperwork. Ain't no fines. You know what I'm saying? Unless you hit the referee, no one cares. They don't care that you took your gloves off. Now, if you hit somebody with the stick, that might make the news. But hey, it don't matter that you took your uniform off. None of that. It don't matter that you pull his shirt over his head and uppercutted him. None of that matters. It don't matter that there's children posted completely around there. Children are some of hockey's most fervent fans. Football. Fights happen all the time, especially in practice. The fact that y'all teammates don't mean that you don't fight. It's more likely I fight with my family more than I fight with random motherfuckers in the street, because in the motherfuckers in the street, we don't know. That shit could be life or death. At least I know that I'm probably most likely not gonna kill my family, even if we got into physical combat. But we're more likely to have extreme or violent conflict, even if it's strictly verbal, because our passion is higher. I care more. I care about his opinion. I give a fuck what he thinks. So if he think that I'm a bitch, then who are you to think that, motherfucker? You know me. I'm not no bitch. You know what I'm saying? So the whole idea is that there is no, if you're talking about equality in pay, equality in this, equality in punishment, equality in professionalism, I think that should count. We talking about black men or just men in general, as if in this sport they're barbarians. In this sport, they too hood. They can't not bring the hood with them. They ain't professionals. But you cross over to the next sport, and that's just part of the game. And then you cross over to hockey, and it's literally a part of the game. And it wouldn't matter if you think that the hockey players only fight the opposing team, you'd be mistaken. So why is this such a big deal, and that shit don't even get mentioned? You say they should fine him and penalize him 15 games. How do you sit? What do you think should happen to Aaron Donald?
Aaron Donald should have been suspended a couple games too. But is a concussion a bigger problem? He hit somebody with his helmet. I'm just confused now.
Season.
No, Aaron Donald should not get suspended for the rest of the baby. I see he should get at least 3 games.
Fight between the Bengals and Rams in the joint practice. Aaron Donald ripped off 2 Cincinnati players' helmets and began swinging them around. The mainstream sports media has been quick to call for Donald's suspension. This is outrageous. Aaron Donald did nothing wrong. First off, in the words of the great Allen Iverson, we talking about practice. I don't care if it's a joint session or not. The NFL has no business suspending players over what goes on in a practice. Secondly, I am 100% sure Aaron Donald did not start this altercation. You can say a lot about Donald's personality and playstyle, but one thing should be clear if you've paid attention to his career. He doesn't start stuff, he just finishes.
So how do you quantify that?
Because the NBA has 82 games, and then it's the playoffs. The NFL only has a 18.
So you quantifying it as a percentage?
Yes, I'm trying to percentage. NBA has 82 games.
What percentage is acceptable for somebody to assault you and it be okay? How much work should your coworker miss for assaulting you in the parking lot or in the break room?
I know who Andrea Lynch is, and I'm about to get fired tonight because it's gonna be on.
So what I'm saying is that you talking about losing your job.
Yes.
We're talking about somebody physically assaulting you and getting a playoff or a game off or a game check missing or a fine. That's like giving a nigga a ticket for stabbing you. What is the, or let's just say kicking your ass so we don't make it so extreme. So what I'm trying to understand is that let's just say I'm a millionaire, right? And the penalty for punching somebody in the face is a $2,000 fine. To a millionaire, that's nothing. But to Joe Donut over here, that might be a way to. So what I'm saying is that when you got players of this status, this stature, and they're supposed to be professionals, we got to have across the board something that is fitting for the crime. And if you think this was a crime, first thing you have to do is say who's the victim.
Well, wait. As I watched the video again, actually, I don't think nobody was a victim because Jordan did punch, but he was talking smack to Draymond Green, and he did push Draymond Green. So at the end of the day, it was like combat on combat. But as the elder of Draymond Green, who been in the league a little longer than Jordan, you would think that the little rookie talking his shit, but you would think that you would be like, I got this, man. I've been here a long time. You ain't gonna waste my time. Period. Because if we want to be leaders of men, and we want men to, we got men following us, and Draymond Green does have sons. Do you think he want his son to be up there, fighting his teammate? So sometimes you got to learn how to sometimes take that motherfucking L and keep it moving. It don't show how much a man you are. It's just like, I'm better than this. You ain't gonna get me off my manhood, my swear, nothing.
So what would control a man and keep him from being violent?
I'm not sure with that question.
What stop, or anyone for that matter? Why do you follow the law?
Because I don't want to go to jail.
So there's the consequences, the repercussions of your actions are greater than you care to deal with. So you stay on this side of right or wrong. So at that, I mean, that's almost a rhetorical question. So at the end of the day, if the consequence is case by case, then it's like, okay, if you speeding, it depends on what cop pull you over, if you get a ticket or not, how much the ticket is, if you go to jail or not. Nobody can go by that. But if it says, hey, if you go 20 miles over the speed limit, your ass going to jail, guaranteed. Then everybody will be riding at 15. It's not like people aren't going to violate because people violate. That's just what it is. But to give the people the nerve to go so far, it's going to be based on the penalties that they think that they would receive. If Draymond Green thought that he would be kicked out of the league permanently, do you think that he would play the line as close as he plays it sometimes? Because there's quite a few players in the past that have been known to be physical, like a Charles Oakley or a Udonis Haslem, or
Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, as you move closer to this era, there's quite a few players who have been the more physical players. Matt Barnes, there's players, I mean, Chris Child punched Kobe Bryant in the face in the game.
And boom, boom, two quick punches, and then Kobe throws a couple, so there'll be suspensions here.
So at the end of the day, you don't have a whole bunch of that in basketball in particular. Football, it happens all the time. So what I'm saying is these are all professional $1 million athletes. At what point is there going to be, at least societally, a line where we say, okay, that's acceptable because that's just athletes being athletes? You understand? If you go in a kitchen anywhere across America, there's pretty much, unless it's just slow mom and pop and one person working, it's almost guaranteed at any high capacity restaurant, it's gonna be high tempers. It's gonna be some words exchanged. There's probably gonna be some cussing, some plates thrown, or something broken. You know what I mean? And that's just gonna be that's universal. I think that climate exists in professional sports, period, because of what you're asking men to do, and you've got their testosterone and adrenaline running at max, and expecting them to adhere to something that would otherwise be unnatural. But because it's basketball, then now we're trying to hold them to some standard that we don't hold the rest of the sports to, and then trying to demonize their character as if they were less of men or less of people for reacting what could only be what's called natural.
I understand where you're coming from. I just think that I'm disappointed in great Draymond Green as the elder, being in the league for a minute. I felt like he could have challenged that in a different way.
I got that already, and that was the only thing that I was asking, because the reason we're prolonging this, because I want to answer the question. You haven't answered it yet.
Okay.
Multiple sports.
Yes.
Conflicts of all type. Why are we only addressing basketball?
Maybe because I don't really. I watch football and basketball are my two passionate things. I don't really care about hockey. It's not my sport and something I don't even watch. So, and I'll be honest, the white folks been doing that ever in hockey. That's what they do. Okay, so I don't really watch hockey. So, and I'm not surprised what they do in hockey. So, but as it pertains to the NFL and NBA, I have my people who looks like me on them teams, and I want to hold. I feel like it should be held to a standard. A standard is, in a sense, you could have been better to your teammate. But it does happen in other sports, and it's not right either.
Right, and I wasn't trying to isolate you. I was just saying in general.
Yes.
If you don't watch hockey, ESPN do, Fox do.
Yes, they do.
So it's not getting any media. Nobody's demonizing any of these players, these other sports. Then it's not even on camera.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's plenty of tapes of soccer players getting at it and so on and so forth. But that's not what's making the circuit. So, Chef, did you have any closing comments to this? Okay. So, Andrea, closing thoughts.
Closing starts. I do think Draymond Green, the elder Jordan Poole, is a rookie. I feel like he could have handled this in a different way. Now, what I want may not be what the NBA want and what Golden State want, but it is true that word on the street is that they're giving him one game, and Draymond Green has decided to step away from the Golden State to deal with his personal matter in his life too.
I think I've said what I needed to say on this topic. So we're going to end this with the final clip, and we'll see what they got to say about it.
I'm not out here punching people.
Are we going to get into it right away? You go on a show with Draymond Green on his podcast, and mere hours later, he's punching people. What did you say to him?
I don't know. I didn't say anything to tell him to go punch anybody. I was kind of, the plane flew in late. The original start time for the podcast is 5. We had to start at 5:30 because we got to the hotel pretty late. We had like a mandatory dinner at 6:30, so I was trying to cram like an hour in. I don't know if it was, because we didn't finish it that made him angry or...
Yeah, he did seem a little bit pissed towards the end of the show that you had to leave or something. Maybe you should have given him the full hour and Jordan Poole would be all right now.
Pretty much that was intense.
I can't believe that video got out.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me that two teammates fought each other. And you could probably
that's surprising.
It does surprise you?
That should never happen.
At all?
At all.
Really?
No, that should never.
So there it is. We got the peanut gallery. You know, we got a little background. We'll update this story as we get more details as far as the suspensions or anything that may come of this, fines and all. Chef, we were wrapping up. Did you have any closing thoughts?
Draymond was trying to press one of the young bucks. That's what it is. Same way he got pressed early on. And he was trying to assert his dominance. But remember, there's a new generation. And they move a little differently. And it backfired. And it turned into something. And it was not a sucker punch. No, I don't believe that Steve Kerr, who is also a leader of men, I don't believe that Steve Kerr encourages that kind of behavior and is lackadaisical not to address it. I wouldn't go so far as to say that at all. And that's all I got.
Andrea, tell him where to find you.
I'm not saying when I say lackadaisical, I might need to use another word. But what I'm saying is he might think it's common. Okay. I can use that word. I'm just saying is he did say it was not okay. But as it happened to him, I would think he would be on high alert that I don't want that to happen to my rookies. I'm a leader of men. And if Michael Jordan did that shit to me and I damn sure didn't like it, I'm going to make damn sure that it won't happen to the players that I'm coaching. And so when I say he's a little lackadaisical, but he can talk about all that gun violence and all that, but talk about Jordan Poole getting knocked out by Draymond Green. How about that?
Yeah, well, all that said, this is a great conversation. I want Chef to tell the people how to find you.
You can always find me by the same way you see it on the screen. Chef Shapino on YouTube. Check out the show. Check out the team, which consists of Vic, Andrea, and myself. And then Truth and Balance, which is Andrea and myself. One Chef, Two Cups, with myself. Come through. It's a lot of stuff. We got some shorts, come through.
Yeah, it's some heat over there. And he going crazy with the shorts right now. So if you press for time, we got short form material for you as well. Andrea?
Well, you can find me at Just Andrea, okay? And you can find me check me over there, Chef and Vic and Truth and Balance. I'm everywhere. So just check out Andrea, okay? I'm trying to get to my 500 and I'm close. So please share and subscribe. Come over and check the girl out.
Yo, this is another episode of No Glove Sports, okay? Subsidiary of No Glove Network, which is a little bit of everybody. And we're going to do a lot of growing in the near future. So make sure you tune in, you subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get these. Some of these are going to be untimely releases, but you want to make sure that you're aware of these when they drop. So I appreciate everybody for coming out. My closing thoughts is one for the dark-skinned brothers. Light-skinned brothers is never coming back. Just for the record, no light-skinned nigga with black lips is never gonna try me.
Shit. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
On or off camera. Hold it down, Dre. Okay. Get that contract, baby. All right. We're gonna holla. Y'all stay up. Next time.
Peace.
Yeah.